We get some of this glue because all this is dry now. I'll put this on the block, the place where the water pump goes. Put some of this on here real carefully, trying not to get it into the hole itself. But you always run your finger around the circle to make sure it's not on there. Push this down a little bit so it'll stay back. Hold it tight. Get in there so you can see it. Because then when I make that water pump on here with that gasket, it has something to stick to and hopefully seal. Because you know you're running liquid through here, so you make sure it sticks, seals up, glued together. Okay, and then I'll take like my thumb and run around the inside of the circle on my fingers to get any excess glue off. See, make sure there's no glue inside. See, I had a little bit. Okay, squeeze this in a little bit the opposite direction. Take this, put a little bit on here too, just to make sure. Use on the outer edge, because I don't want any to go inside here, because this stuff gets hard, it cakes up, and clogs stuff up. So I put some on the edges. I'm not going to worry about the inside circle, because I don't want to get it inside the block. So make sure this thing seals on the outside. And I always keep a magnetic grabber around. Where's it at? Because you lose bolts all the time. No matter how careful you are, a lot of times you just lose a bolt. And it's so much easier if you have one of those little grabbers. I need to work fast because this stuff will skin over quick in this heat. I do this as a hobby. I have no education for it at all. Well, maybe I do. My grandfather helped my uncles open a truck stop years ago. Very successful truck stop. As a matter of fact, it's run so many years. It's recently closed because my uncle died. I spent a lot of my time hanging out with my uncles working on tractor trailers. So I learned a lot of stuff because I was a very inquisitive, question-asking kid. And so I learned. And my mom loved Bob Spring Cadillac of Long Beach. And she didn't turn a wrench for her life. So I had to do all the car working since I was like 8. If anything broke. Because my uncle showed me, because I guess because they were hoping not to have to do it themselves. So, wipe this off. Because I want to be able to reuse this maybe one day. Most of the time you can't, but if you clean up real good, so the cap doesn't glue itself together, I put all my bolts in a magnetic bolt. Okay, now, I'm going to take this pump and very carefully load it on to the block, which this is kind of a big trick because this thing fits like hell. Oh, I put red marks on the top here and here for the old pump, so I knew which direction the tab went. There's a big tab on the bottom if you get the real one that goes to the car. But I wasn't sure, so I marked the old pump on the block and the pump, and I copied these marks over to the new pump of what it is. So this should be the right way it goes. Ugh. Big trick. Watch any glue getting on there. It's a tight spot. It's almost like putting an alternator on a Cadillac. Okay.
sure I got no glue on anything. Alright, where's my marks? Red mark, red mark. One there. I have it upside down at this point. Turn it around. Let's see where we're at. It's a good thing that I put glue on both sides because where's the hole? That would be the hole. Okay. Now, take my 8mm bolt and start loading it. It's gonna be wet and mushy, which is cool. We just want to get it loaded straight so we can start. And thread. That will hold the top of this thing up. Then we'll go to this next one. Put some in. You don't want to tighten it all the way. Just get it in there. It's hard to work on this because you don't know which side to go on. And I'm ambidextrous, so. To me, it's like I gotta decide which arm. Okay. I love working on cars to a point. I don't like to get dirty, but I love working on them. And it saves you a lot of money. But some things you just can't work on. You really need formal education. That's why a lot of times it's really worth paying a mechanic. But this is kind of a simple procedure. It's not too hard. The hardest thing I find about this whole thing here is getting that belt back on and getting it loaded right. I cannot stand to do one belt drive. I like the old-fashioned belts where if you broke down, all you had to do, you got two of these on the bottom, these little bolts, 8mm. You have to kind of feel it around. It's kind of like the Force be with you, like Star Wars. And to feel around. Let me get over there. Okay. And the newer cars are really hard to work on. Mostly because they have too much junk everywhere that you gotta take off. This one you don't. You just gotta pretty much lift the belt, that's it. I didn't have to move this cable. I could have, I guess. But I didn't have to. I hope I got that in right. It almost feels like it's cross-threaded. But it takes a lot of patience. Don't be drunk or high doing this stuff because you'll get aggravated real quick. It's better to take your time and do it right. I can find the hole. There's a hole in here somewhere.
Y'all getting it?
I'm working on it.
What is it?
Water pump.
Oh, Lord.
Yep. It's not too hard. Not like a alternator on a Cadillac. Yeah, I know. I've been trying to get to it for about 2 weeks. And it's just, yesterday I was going to do it, and it was just so smoking hot. By the time about 2, it was about 100 degrees.
Yeah.
So, makes it rough. Okay. And that's the 8. I should use that other one. Reverse this out. Okay. I think it's like you crisscross this like a star pattern and don't do them all tight right at once so it goes on evenly. I'm just going to get it kind of snugged up a little bit. Go back and forth.
Work on mine, but it's too hot.
It is. It's terrible. I love working on them. I just don't like to get dirty, but the problem is that my neighbors